that was all expected. Then Blacklist International was in a great position to win some of those early skirmishes and team fights later on. Oh, look at that. A lot of damage on Edward. Forces a flicker. Luke looking for the finish. Heavy spin comes. Luke able to flicker to the side. Edward gonna get some of his health back with that sand guard. But now Niall gonna lock on essentially. They know he doesn't have the heavy spin. Moisty there as well. The nether realm comes out and now the response waiting on the final slash. Raging sandstorm from Edward. Able to help disengage. Luke very low, trying to back off. Renny J on the chase. Turtle still low. Niall secure. Moisty on the front side. Nice shot on two members. Low and Fury. Two members taken out. UA and Renny J back to base.
Big miscalculation there by Blacklist International. They had their heavy spin forced out in the bottom lane. That means Geek Fam, relatively free turn, but Sui able.
That was dangerous. Whoa, Edward! Here to equalize. He's still going? Okay, no, he's just, look at my sand.
Yeah,
That's sand. Just look at
my sand. Did you just say eat sand?
Eat sand, nerd. Yeah, it works, right, Edward? It is, Edward. Now looking at the gold earned here, Marky, though, farming up pretty good compared to Noah. Those two, for the entirety of the series so far, it's been very action-packed. Just leave them be, right? This is the thing where usually that's not gold lane experience, but like these guys have their own version and they just duke it out with gold lane. While the rest of the team kind of puts pressure everywhere else. UA here. He does have the nether realm, should be able to get away from this safely, but if they can pop it out, would help with advantage. Blacklist though, all moved up the top, they're ready for this.
And right now, Blacklist International are playing like a team where they don't understand the condition of we have to not necessarily win the mid, just control the mid, because that means our side lanes will be a little bit easier to deal with in terms of like supplementing gold, making sure Edward's comfortable going on the 1v1s against Luke's Army. Look at the items already on the Rojo side, on the carry, still waiting on the there it is, the PH gets for Marky, so still tempered right now, just a bit slower, a bit more methodical.
Yeah, still focused in the mid lane. Again, a lot of this, you can see them kind of already getting in position. Turtle's going to be up here. Second one of the game. Both teams where they want to be. Gold laner staying on the bottom side of the map. They're going to go ahead and just not be a part of this. Turtle, take it. Take it. Geek Fam kind of controlling the pace right now. Nice heavy spin from Luke. Trying to lock on to Edward there. Now the orange buff too. Moisty. Geek Fam just in itself right now is being so aggressive. Edward forced to use the Raging Sandstorm as a getaway.
Final slash again with Blacklist International forced back, getting close enough. Yeah, Rich, if I'm not mistaken, right now. I think they just got close. Now they trigger the call for a switch. The switch plays up the focus. This is Blacklist International. Now they're going to be looking into supplementing Bohem. Double laning now. Trying to maximize the farm so you can get across the map. Because they're going to need an island.
Wait, no, the Holy Baptism able to delay Geek Fam. Gets the run away, the ball slash! Luke making the play to change the game. Wow, Marky left on Edward, and Edward finally drops. Sends him to the heavy spin just to try to get away. 4 members. Blacklist International ball. What a play from Luke. The final slash of the day so far. Right on point there.
Another chapter added to the book of Luke. No, their analysis needed, man. That was a hell of a final slash.
Yep, we're going to take a look at it once again. The instant replay here, presented by Kadia. If you missed it, now you get to see it again. And all unfolds here under the tier 1 turret. Here comes Luke.
Flicker, too. Picture perfect positioning as a Marlon. That's what you want to get. And despite them being under tower, Geek Fam can just juggle bodies to ensure that they win that out. Luke, my goodness, still continuing.
Oh, Renny J, trouble. Gets through with a heal. So aggressive right now. Yeah, in a very quick, decisive play. Now 3K ahead, not to mention objectively. Still in a civilization situation when we saw from the previous games, right? Blacklist doesn't have a turret yet. They're kind of restricted in terms of space and movement around the map. Sui trying to get away here. Geek Fam just suffocating. They're playing so well, particularly ridiculously aggressive, like just so well all over the map, everywhere. Edward now looking for a target. Raging Sandstorm just get away. Geek fam want to take this tower.
This is what we were talking about earlier, actually, for the side of Geek fam. I did say I was leaning a bit more towards the side of Blacklist International, but if Geek fam layered their abilities well, found their timings, caught Blacklist International off guard, they'd be taking their conditions, they'd be the one leading the charge here. So that's exactly what they did with meticulous, as you mentioned, their tracks, gameplay around the map, and finding those little windows of opportunity down low during the objective team fights. GFAM are just doing what they need to do with the lineup they have to make sure the Blacklist lineup will be able to shine as well as it do that.
Yeah, and with this, with the lead they have, you can see them put the pressure here now on the side of Blacklist International. At least trying to force these things out of Sensui even. But again, they'll take the buff. Now, my biggest thing here is the time that it takes for carry, right? To kind of build up to that point, the power spike, if you will. How's that comparison against the quad? Typically, quad takes a while too, but with this lead, and we saw the gold difference between gold lane alone. Oheb, it's going to take a little bit longer here. We're only 8 half minutes in.
They're both built up to golden staff, so things can use for carry. Most of these like damage, that'd be good. But as we go on here, so that's something Blacklist needs to watch out for. Yes, they have the healing, but those slow, strong counter punishes.
Boy, going to be small in the back, though. Edward, nothing there. Nile, gonna back off. I think it's smart. You mentioned the Claude and the carry. One of the things about the Claude, though, is even if he's not like fully online, unloading a ton of damage, he still has so much utility outside of that with the split pushing, being able to still melt down the nether realm. Whereas carry, you just have one job, really. It's trying to shred down, the frontliners. And until carry can do that, there's not much else she can do. And look at this already. They force Sensui. Less than half health. They go ahead and keep the ghost and go for the Lord. I don't think Blacklist International can even get here in time.
And I don't think they have the opportunity to find a counterplay, but I think they're going to try to go for Bloisky.
Bloisky, look at the knockup though. 1-2 members. Netherrealm comes out from UA. Marky trying to unload the Geek Fam. Maybe just wanted this game here. Edward misses. Whips into the backside. And now Geek Fam smell blood. Luke looking for one. The final slash to knock Edward out of the sand guard. And Wade, Marky to the backside with placing a weapon. He's taking a lot of damage and flick back with the BMI. Blacklist International might have to lose this tower for the sake of the team.
What a play there by Geek Fam again, finding opportunity. Even the Blacklist International sniffed blood, thought they could get Bloisky. He comes in with the chase.
Slash on Oheb. The stone under the tower. He's going to go down for that, but it is worth it today. Again, Luke has been on point this entire game. Actually, the entire series so far. And right now, it's Blacklist International trying to struggle to stay in this game. Nearly 7,000 gold deficit to work from.
Stone cold. 3-1-5. Add another chapter to the book of Luke as his legacy grows here. This year's against Blacklist International. Spinning the flicker just to ensure that kill. He goes down. Now, Geek Fam, they have a little bit more space to work with in terms of getting turrets, getting inhibitors down.
Right, Geek Fam trying to move in. They get stun on Sensui. Sensui gets heavy spin though, but no one's Fury helps Geek Fam. Blacklist International finds Nile. Now Edward, the Raging Sandstorm, looking for a boy. The black shoes are already gone. He will go down. Marky in with the blazing duet. Blacklist doesn't want to keep the fight going, but at least they keep Geek Fam away. So there's still some fight back from Blacklist International. They're trying once again to allow Oheb to get online here. Real quick, how's Garden looking?
Alright, so it's a little advantage for the quad here. Up to okay, so it's clear shot rush with armor there. Also they're bringing their armor back shot. Two dominance ISIS on the side of Geek Fam. Are in trouble here for Blacklist. We see, I believe there's a rush with the Malefic Roar by that Khalid. So once that Malefic Roar goes up, he's gonna be like one of the biggest damage dealers for Blacklist International. Has to be, because UA had to go for a more utility route. Deciding to prioritize the necklace of runs and the side push was understandable, and then going to that.
This is crazy too, as you're looking just the damage down so far from the members of Geek Fam. That's something that they have to work from, right? Again, when you have this kind of lead, that's kind of what you expect, but itemization-wise will fall into place the further they get to provide, once again, that burst potential to possibly put pressure on Geek Fam as the second Lord is now worked on. Blacklist trying to get in position here. Edwards staying in that mid lane, trying to clear that out. As the Lord dance ensues, we gotta keep track of positioning. Luke, not even a part of this so far.
One thing about Oheb is he's got the Trinity locked in. He's got his third item locked in. He's officially a threat to the team of Marky. Lock on human, force out that nether realm a little bit early. Geek Fam taking this slow. They know they have the advantage in the lanes. Blacklist International doesn't want to give this Lord up though. Nice final slash. Lands on a Setsui. Boys able to get the knockup as well. Oheb now making the charge in. Away. Five-man knockup. Luke in the backside. They'll lock on to Marky. Marky forcing BM away. Boys goes down first. And Oheb's unloading. Niall looking for it. Can he get the retribution? No. Setsui takes it. Blacklist International back to back games, turning things around.
We talked about the Book of Luke, but add another chapter to the Book of the Lord, knocking up people at the worst possible time. You saw their Geek Fam, the Loiski, had the setup with the Minoan and Fury, but then the Lord said, hey, I can set people up too. It doesn't matter who I knock up. And then add Edward entering into the back line of Geek Fam. What looked to be really great for Geek turned out to be an unintended disaster just because the Lord's knockup went up in time for Blacklist.
Now they make their way down mid lane. Lord marching in the bottom. Geek Fam still ahead here in terms of economy, but you can feel that fight now for Blacklist International. You saw it too. Edward picked up that malefic roar, helped put pressure enough to have Marky pop the Wind of Nature, get a boy to use that black shoes. That's part of the plan here for Blacklist International, and then the follow through from UA with the Nether Realm really helped them get that advantage. Lord's gonna go down here, not before he gets that charge in, but now Blacklist International has some space to work around.
Boy, doing a good job at trying to fend off the mid side there as well. Blacklist International just equalized this game.
We're going to see another game 2 situation here, lads.
Oh,
Back
yeah.
and forth, pendulum. You want that, Trex?
It's already been there. We're already there.
We just met that criteria.
Gold
This is
and
unchecked.
gone.
Yeah, this is the reality we live in, and I couldn't ask for anything better. Now, let's see how these two teams tell another beautiful story. Who wins a crucial game number 3 in this elimination match here in M5 as we look at the items. Full build, still waiting on the last one there for the carry. Already up to a C Halberd actually gets that call. So Marky's damage will hurt. His poke damage to Zui, and of course him being one of the frontline vision givers for Blacklist International. Needs to be a little bit more careful now. Make sure that he has Renegade with him when it goes for those vision plays. Timing with Edward. This Khalid becomes deadlier and deadlier as the sound of time falls on the outrights.
Already looked at this damage dealt. The boy has been on top of things here. Picks up a divine glaive on top of it. So he's going to hurt even more. A lot of these team fights. Once again, as you look at it, these team fights unfold, which are, at this point, we're probably only going to see them around the Lord, right? For the dance. Because both these teams, even looking at that head-to-head earlier, we saw how much they kind of prioritize that. And with the Blacklist International favor for a lot of those utility dances, those fights going on, that's even where Edward becomes more crucial, right? His patience to use this Raging Sandstorm is going to change the course of a lot of these fights. The same can even be said for Veloisi on the other side, or Luke, right? It leaves up to the roamers, these XP laners. How do they unfold from there and initiate? And that's why you see, if they can get a pick off, it's even better. But so far, the stalemate happens. Lords up, both teams rotating there to get there for this dance.
Alright, Geek Fam. I feel like this is a kind of, we're headed to do or die for them a little bit, right? Oheb is coming online. Edward is locked in the lane of despair. Geek Fam does have some great answers to Blacklist International's comms, but so far when we get into this late game, Blacklist International does seem to control the pace a little bit. Now more down to 50%. Edward into the backside looking for a boy out upon the black shoes. Luke holding Blacklist at bay, but they don't want to stop here. Netherrealm is still in play, but there comes Minoan's Fury.
Oh boy!